the ideal form of D&D, at least for me, is collaborative storytelling.
Right.
And so if people are like throwing out their ideas, like that really helps get everyone a little more present in the story. And it's the same thing when people present really good backstories for their characters.
Yeah.
Like then I'm like, well, great. Now, so you want to have some connection to this sort of guild or faction, or your parents do this for work, and I'm like, okay, well, let me now try to figure out like, so maybe there's a blacksmith shop, or if you're a part of like a merchant guild, then like what sort of system is set up, who might you know, and so it's really just like taking those ideas and then just allowing them to spread naturally, and then that kind of builds the world.
Yeah. Now that I think about it, I think we're kind of unintentionally breaking down a stigma, because through all of the media I've seen, at least like the more popularized versions of D&D, it's always like people show up to the table and they're expected to have like the DM put on this entire big, production, and that's kind of led to the DM shouldering the entire weight.
Right.
And so like that actually makes sense now that I think about it, because like we were just talking about, I felt bad when I was throwing those ideas at you, but you like it because it takes the load off of you. And like you're saying with backstories, we've had a couple of people who are just like, oh, I have amnesia. Oh, well. And you're like, okay, that's great, but like, where do you want me to go with it?
Right.
So for you, I feel like that's a lot better, like you said, when people come with backstories. But that's actually a good question. Is like, if somebody does show up with amnesia, how do you attack that? Because like I have a feeling with this campaign that I'm going to start putting together, at least one of us is going to go like, well, I don't know.
Right.
So like, how would I attack that?
Yeah, I think it comes down to your players, really.
Okay.
My hot take on the whole amnesia backstory, right, is that there are good amnesia players and bad amnesia players.
Okay.
And I've had both. Because there are the amnesia players that show up and they're just like, yeah, my character doesn't know anything. Make a good story. Right? And that sucks because they're not engaged in the world at all.
Yeah.
But then I've also had just one time, and this is what changed my perspective on it, right?
Okay. The one time at band camp?
Yeah, right. I had a player show up with an amnesia backstory, but they wanted to work with me on how that fit into the world, how it fit into the campaign. And so it's like, yeah, maybe there was some sort of cursed object or something like that gave them amnesia, or some sort of traumatic event.
Okay.
And they're just like, I really, like, this is mostly just like the character's name is a pun or something like that.
Yeah.
And like, I just don't know where to go with this, but I want to be involved. And so that kind of amnesiac player, that's the kind of person that I'm like, yes, I'm excited to create NPCs for you that tie into your backstory.
Gotcha. Okay.
And I'm like, okay, like, would your character have a family? Would your character have friends? Like, what might your character, like, what's their class? Okay, they're a fighter, so maybe they're a little more athletic, and maybe they had some people that they trained with. Like, they still have a backstory, they just don't remember the backstory.
Right.
And so that's the key difference of, like, okay, if you're just going to show up and you're going to have amnesia, then I'm just not going to touch your character. Like, you gave me nothing for your backstory, so I can give you nothing in return. You are essentially along for the ride with the rest of the people who gave me good backstories, and don't complain when you don't get, like, a good character arc, because
there is no arc to give.
Right, there's no arc to give. Like, I can only give back to the players what they give to me. And so whenever I play, I try to give a backstory of, like, yeah, so here's my idea of, like, what I'm thinking. Maybe, like, something along these lines happened. If you want, like, here's some NPCs that I might know, but if you want to, like, really flesh out, like, this whole organization, because we had some characters that knew each other, and we kind of worked together to create, like, this, at least an idea of what guild they might have come from.
Yeah.
But we still left it open enough so that Tessa could then DM and world build and say, like, okay, well...
Around it.
Yeah, here's the leader... it's this scale of an organization.
Yeah.
Here's how they feel about you right now.
Right.
And so, like, we didn't write the whole thing, but we left enough plot threads for them to pull. And I think you can still do that with an Amnesia backstory if you're working with the DM. And so if you get an Amnesia player, it's like, okay, well, let's still, like, figure out, like, what's your character's personality? What's their motivation? Like, are... they just like stumbling around the world lost and looking for any sort of direction, or do they realize they've lost their memory and they're trying to recover it? And so like that's the kind of person that I'm like, great, like you all meet in a tavern, like you have no idea what's going on, you only remember the last few days, and a woman walks in and slaps you in the face and throws your drink in your face and says, how dare you do that to me? Like, and your character is shocked, right? You have no idea.
You generally have no idea.
Yeah, but then also it's rewarding that player for knowing that they'll be the type of person to be like, okay, I'm in the moment.
Yeah.
Like, what does my character do? Not just like, oh, okay, I'm gonna punch her in the face because she's attacking me, right? I've also had that kind of amnesiac player.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm trying to give you something, and you're just not taking it. So I'm not gonna put effort into that.
Right.
And so I typically am very careful about who we put on camera for the channel.
Yeah.
And so it's like if like we have a friend who loves to play D&D and they're just here for friends and vibes and they're not really engaged in the story, then it's like, yeah, we love hanging out with you.
Yeah.
Maybe not on camera, because
that's a good private game player. It's someone who will bring the vibes, and when we're not on a time constraint to try and get everything on camera, or we're just here because we like hanging out, because we do play private games, and we don't just do everything for the channel, because we actually do love D&D.
Yeah.
And so in our private games, I know who you're talking about. There's been a couple of people who, like, granted, some people move away. Yeah. And that's also an issue. Well, issue.
Right.
But it's more just when people show up for the vibes, like you say, it's cool because they will have, like, their one little shining moment.
Yeah.
One or two little shining moments. And, you know, like, the recurring jokes throughout the entire thing. But they're off kind of doing their own thing. And, like, not only in-game, but also here at the table.
Right.
Because, you know, some of them have, you know, other stuff going on, and they have to attend to that too.
Right.
And that's perks of, you know, just being here for the vibes. You can do that.
Yeah.
You can step away and take an important phone call, or write that email, or, you know, do that assignment.
Right.
So it works. It's more of, like you said, it's more of our private game stuff.
Yeah, it just gets a little tricky on video. It's nothing against that, or against anyone being busy or moving away or whatever. But it's like, just logistically, when we're on video, like I start off every one of our recordings by saying just like, hey, like, can we be off our phones? Can we just be present? Like, here's some just like little notes about like what the YouTube algorithm favors or doesn't favor. So like if you're gonna lean a certain direction, then like that's fine. Yeah. But like just like
we haven't had anything that bad recently.
Oh yeah, no. But like let's just have fun and be present, right? Because no one wants to watch someone not playing D&D on camera
on a D&D channel,
right? Yeah. And so it's like, we're here to play D&D. Like, we've agreed that we're going to slot these 5 hours to record a one shot. Let's record the one shot. Like,
let's do the thing,
right? And and so far it's gone well, and so no one's had a problem with that. And so but again, it's like I'm not just like, to every person that I know who plays D&D, like, hey, do you want to be on our YouTube channel, right? It's like, so far, like, the cast, for lack of a better term, has been pretty consistent. Right? Yeah. And so, like, there's going to be familiar faces. It'll probably be a lot of the same faces. But, like, when I'm putting together a one-shot for our private games.
Yeah.
I'm kind of a little more just like open, like it'll be chaotic, it'll be whatever.
Yeah.
If like someone's like, hey, I brought a friend, it's like, okay, cool, like that's fine.
Yeah, and teeing off of that, having bringing friends, we've had it where they've shown up for one or maybe two sessions, and they're like, yeah, D&D's cool, but they either just didn't click with the group, or they realized that they like D&D from the other side of a screen,
Right.
which again, not bad.
Yeah.
If you want to go on YouTube and watch whoever,
Right.
whoever, because there's plenty of them out there.
Yeah.
All great.
Yeah.
But if that's what you want to do, by all means. If you want to be a watcher, that's totally okay.
Yeah.
And that's what that content is there for. And that's partially the content that we're creating.
Yeah.
Is because, like we've said before, the whole goal is to make sure that everyone feels welcome on this channel for whatever they're here for. Whether it's ideas or whether it's just to hang out. Everybody here is welcome and appreciated.
Yeah. That's true.